Please don't do it again. Why are you apologizing? Are you doing ASMR?
What's that?
ASMR. I don't know what it stands for, but like people like on.
No, I hate when people do that. Yeah. I was talking to my sister about that the other day. And I was telling her how people go on TikTok and make these noises that are supposed to be like relaxing. But why do people go on there and eat?
I guess some people do.
Ew.
I saw one where
I
it's
hate
like
hearing people eat.
a construction one. I like it for some reason.
That's weird.
Like when I have my headphones
You've told me
on,
that before, and
yeah.
ever since you told me that, I'm not self-conscious to eat on the phone whenever I'm on the phone with you anymore.
That's good. But there was a construction one that I watched the other day that I came across, and it was like pouring in gasoline, and it was like bloop 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 bloop, and lawnmower, and it was funny.
Josh would love that one.
Oh yeah, he probably would, huh?
Yeah. Sorry, I was trying to get us at different. You got me like at this whole like OCD-ness about wanting us both at same.
That's not terrible.
I was like way lower than you were.
It bothers me a little bit.
Yeah, you made it bother me now.
And another thing I realized that bothers me is like we're both facing the same direction, so it doesn't look like we're looking at each other.
Oh, so you want us to like be at an angle?
There's nothing we can do about it
Oh.
unless we've completely changed the positions of the cameras, which I refuse
Unless we
to do
get
right
cameras that like watch our every single move and like turn.
now. That would be nice. Like they followed our heads.
Patreon.
Yeah, come on, Patreon. I know, you're a vampire. So, hello. This is our podcast.
Yeah.
What's with the neighbors? That is Bree.
And that is Amy.
Hey!
We just got done with our paint night.
Yeah, we had such a great time.
We did. And Amy's Bigfoot turned out super dope.
Your Bigfoot looked really great, too.
Thank you. We're so good at complimenting each other today and taking it well.
We're trying.
I'm so proud of us.
Me too.
Therapy works, guys.
Also,
podcasting works.
Plant therapy.
Plant therapy. Oh, wait. That's right. That was a fake cough because I don't need to cough during allergy season because I'm using plant therapy. Breast bare air. Whoa. We are sponsored by them, so use them.
Yes, was that a plug? Absolutely.
You're welcome.
Oh, but I did finally order the Try the World. I'm excited.
When does it come?
I don't know. It said it can take up to like 30 days to get it.
Oh, okay.
Or something.
Well, we live in Alaska, so it's a subscription, so that's
yeah.
why.
So they probably put it all out at the same
times
time.
in the month. Yeah.
But I'm excited because it's gonna be Rick's Father's Day present.
Yay! Does he know?
No.
Obviously, duh. That's cool.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, and you could do it for like 3 months or 6 months or something like that. So
Look at us promoting today. We weren't even planning on doing ads today.
I know.
Oh
I
my
actually
gosh.
meant to ask you if we were doing ads or not.
You did.
Oh.
And I said no.
Well, there you go.
Sorry.
Do you have a neighborhood story for me?
Yes, I do. Can I use the one that I used on paint night?
No.
I think I already asked you this. Okay.
You cannot.
I'm going to use it anyway. I don't care. I like to break the rules. I'm a maverick. Really want to see that movie. So my story hits a little close to home, and you can take the hat off.
But look at my hair.
I'm sorry, that was mean. Just take your hair out and like fluff it up. It's okay. It's okay. You're fine. You look beautiful.
I'm wearing it. I'm committed.
Amy's wearing a beret. Beret.
A beret.
Raspberry beret. Sorry. Anyway, so my neighborhood story hits a little close to home, and I don't mean here. So growing up, I grew up in a town called Goose Creek in South Carolina.
So this is a personal neighborhood
This is
story.
a personal neighborhood story, and I got in touch with an old neighbor this week, and she actually sent us a story too for her, for our next listener story.
Ooh, that's exciting.
Yeah. But so we lived in this house, and my mom's ex-boyfriend lived with us for a brief period of time, and he was actually his job was to like engrave stones, like headstones.
Headstones.
His job was to engrave headstones, and a lot of times he would engrave like cool designs in them. Like I would draw a picture of a flower and he would put it in it, or he'd put our names in them. Just
You're talking about the ones that he, like, not ones.
it did not legit look like headstones. They like went into the ground,
Gotcha.
headstones, like a square.
Yeah.
But he would do these, and like he'd bring them home and just give them to my mom, and we would line them up and put them as like a walking path to our house in the
Sure.
backyard.
Yeah.
And eventually we moved out, and the new people, we didn't sell the house right away, but the new people were not aware of this.
Oh, no.
And when they moved in, they went to the backyard and they saw this. And
Oh, boy.
I mean, what would you think? Like, when you see headstones in the ground
And
with
with names.
names, exactly, with people's names on them. And my neighbor told me that she swears that the whole entire county's police force was there. And they were like, what the heck is going on? And so she sent her son-in-law over
Oh,
there, and he was
no.
like, look, this is what it is. And he told them what was with the neighbors. So that's a fun little tidbit from my my past.
Oh, my gosh, Brie.
I thought it was hilarious. I love it.
That's a good neighborhood
We also
story.
had, like, he would also, my mom's ex-boyfriend, like, we were really big about Halloween, so we would, like, have our house decked out,
Yeah.
like, cobwebs. He would make, like, this cool coffin, and he put white spray paint in, like, the shape of, like, a body
Oh, no.
on the street, and we had cops come for that, apparently, too. I don't remember that, but
Oh,
she was telling me about that.
jeez.
They probably loved us.
Yeah, they're like, oh my gosh, what's with the neighbors?
Hey,
That's
Berkeley
cute.
Berkeley County Police.
If you're listening, sorry.
Thank you for your patience.
Yes, with the Boneham family.
Bone hams.
Yeah. Do you want me to go first?
Yes. Sorry. I'm enjoying these Reese's Pieces out of my new pineapple-shaped candy jar. Thanks, Mom.
I can't believe she got you that. Us that.
She
It's
got
for
us that.
Yeah.
I'm just the only one who enjoys candy.
You know, your one candy's really good that you made, the peanut. I don't know why. I'm not into sweets. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
But I love Heath.
It just saves more for
bars.
me.
That's true. And I like those. It's just like I don't see them and like say like I want a handful of that. Like, just not something.
You know what I really want? Beer.
Yeah, I'm sorry, buddy.
It's okay. Did I tell you that
You
put my
did.
name on a list? I'm going to get my beer. If anybody has Red Bridge beer where they're at,
Your name's on a list.
let me know. Yeah. Well, she wrote my name down and she took my number. And she said they're going to see if they can request it at
Oh,
Open
gotcha.
Keg.
Gotcha. Yeah, they probably
We'll
would.
see.
I mean, this green one, this green Alaska, they took out. They no longer sold them.
Oh.
And I was like, why? And they were like, because like we didn't think that we had enough sales. And I was like, listen.
I will give you enough.
Yeah. This wasn't OK, this was Badger Gas. And I was like, listen, I need my lemon lime ones. And they're like, okay. So for a long time, they would order some. Because, I mean, Leia goes and gets hers there too. But they would order them and they didn't even have a spot on the shelf for them. They would just like
Have them in the back.
well, they would like there was no tag. They would just like kind of put it on top of the other flavor. And
That was just your spot.
that was for me. Yeah.
So they can order stuff.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
mine is like a really specialty beer, so it probably. That's what
boy.
everybody just heard. Ah!
Hello. It looks like it's still going. Okay.
Ooh.
I was just making sure it didn't like come unplugged.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You good dog.
Yeah, they can order stuff, but I just talked to them. They're so nice in there. I love them.
Yeah.
Badger Gas.
They are nice. They're awesome.
Yeah, they are. Okay, so I'm gonna go first. And so I told you this earlier that I kind of like already knew about this story, which I did, but it's very, very, very recent.
Is it the one I think it is?
I don't know.
Is it the one that there's a Netflix documentary on?
No.
Oh, okay.
Are you talking about Candy?
No, I meant that one with the family. Is it in Colorado?
Oh no, no,
Okay.
no. This is like this year recent.
Oh, okay.
So there's not a lot of stuff on it.
Okay.
So I'm sure a lot more things will come out, but this is what I got so far.
Okay. Cool.
So Sheila.
Is it Sheila?
Sheila. There's an I in there, but yes.
It's good. It's good.
Sheila and Clay Fletcher were longtime residents of Slaughter, which is about 20 miles north of Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Ooh.
Yeah. And I kept asking Google, I was like, where's Slaughter? Because it didn't say it was, and it didn't say where Baton Rouge was either. It just said Baton Rouge.
Yeah.
What I was researching. And she's like, sorry, I don't know what you're asking. And I was like, where's Baton Rouge? And she's like, sorry, I don't know what you're talking
How
about.
does it not know where Baton Rouge is?
I don't know.
It's a very big city.
I know. But then I felt like a dum-dum for not knowing it was in Louisiana, but whatever.
That's okay. You didn't live in the South very long.
Yeah, that's true.
It's good.
But so it was about 20, the town Slaughter is about 20 miles north of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Sheila worked for a local prosecutor as an assistant and was also on the board as an alderman, which I don't know if you know what an alderman is. It's like, well, for those who don't know, because I didn't know, it's like basically you're on the city council. You're like a spokesman for the people.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Makes sense.
Yeah.
You're their voice.
Yes, you're their voice. So she was on the board of aldermen, and Clay was an officer of the Baton Rouge Civil War Roundtable, which
Hold on.
is...
You're sure Baton Rouge is in Louisiana? It's not Alabama?
That's what Google said.
I think it is. For some reason, Baton Rouge, Alabama sounds. Cut this out! Ah! Okay. Anyway,
I'm pretty sure that's what...
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
So, so Clay was an officer of the Baton Rouge Civil War Roundtable, which is a nonprofit, and their mission is to educate and foster an appreciation for the sacrifices made all during the Civil War.
Important.
Yeah. They attended church and were pillars of the community, which means that they probably did terrible things.
Of course.
Yes. They lived in a 2-story home on a gravel cul-de-sac. They had a daughter named Lacey Ellen Fletcher. And Lacey went to a public school, but in high school, they decided to homeschool her after she had a terrible 9th grade. She suffered from severe anxiety and was bullied a lot. They claim that she also developed a degree of Asperger's syndrome after 9th grade. So they decided like it's best just to keep her home.
Wait, this is recent?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. So the incident was recent. This is the build up to the
gotcha.
incident. So they decided to keep her home. Prior to homeschool, though, she seemed to have a lot of friends. Even though she was bullied, she still had a lot of friends.
Okay.
She was on the volleyball team. Robert, a friend of hers, once said that once she was a teenager, he noticed that her development was starting to slow down. She wasn't as mature as the rest of the kids. And And she started to like retreat into isolation. She stopped being as outgoing as she used to be. And he was like, I mean, she was super smart, but she just wasn't maturing like the rest of her friends. At 18 years old, she was still super into Disney movies, which sounds like my type of girl.
Yeah.
And but she like would wear the character shirts and like would have like she loved wearing like an Alice in Wonderland headband with the wig. So it was just very not
above her age or below her age.
Below her age.
Yeah.
Yeah. She would often try to invite friends over to watch Disney movies, but her friend Robert was like, that's just not my forte. Like, I'm 18, I'm into motorcycles.
Yeah.
I don't want to go to your house and watch Disney movies.
Not unless it's R-rated.
Yeah, so I get that. Like, they were trying to be nice to her about it, but they're like, you know, we would talk to her, but like, we just weren't into the same stuff as her. So she wasn't as mature as them. They weren't mean. Yeah, they weren't mean about it.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So in 2007, a neighbor saw her outside walking with some hand weights. And that was actually like, you know, like
okay, gotcha.
Hand weights walking.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was actually the last time that she was seen alive.
Oh.
That went south. Well, I should say last time she was seen by anyone besides her parents.
Okay.
In 2017, so we jumped 10 years, a friend of Clay, the father, asked how Lacey was doing. He said, how is Lacey? How is she doing? Has she moved off and went to college or what? Because, like, Clay was saying that he, like, or not, excuse me, not Clay. The friend was like, you guys don't talk about her anymore. Where, you know, what happened to Lacey? You know, did she get married and move off? Like, move away?
People just don't disappear.
Right. And
I mean, they do.
They do, but like you would have heard about it.
I totally just had a gym helper moment. They do. I guess. I had an office moment. Looked in the camera.
So Clay, the father, replied, "Oh no, she's still here. She's fine." And then he just changed the subject quickly.
Suspicious.
Yeah. So, that was it. And the friend said that Clay didn't explain himself, and he's like, we haven't seen her though, but what do you do? Like, you're not going to press them. So, he said he just took his word for it, and he had no suspicion about what actually happened at that house over the road from us. No alerts, nothing. So, I'm going to tell you what happened. On January 3rd, 2022, so this year.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. Lacey's mom called 911 at 2 a.m. because she believed her daughter was no longer breathing. The police officer opened the door and walked into the house. He said that there was stench of fecal matter, urine, and rot. They found Lacey fused to the couch with ulcers, fecal matter, and maggots all over her.
Oh, gosh.
She had been sitting on the couch with her legs crossed under her, and she had been sitting on the couch the corner so that it looked like it appeared that she had been sitting on that couch for 12 solid years.
Oh my God.
Not getting up to use the bathroom, and it actually caused a crater underneath her, like on the couch, into the couch. Her parents went on a weekend trip and came home to her dead. Upon investigation, they learned that the last time Lacey saw a doctor was when she was 16 years old. Her parents allowed her to sit on the couch and not move. They said it was her choice to sit there and not leave the couch even to use the bathroom. She suffered from a rare condition called locked-in syndrome, which is a neurological disorder characterized by complete paralysis of voluntary muscles except for the eyes.
Oh my gosh.
So, her parents were adamant that Lacey was sound of mind and made her own decisions. She never complained about the sores that she would get from sitting there, and she would let her mom clean her up. She said she would clean her for a few times a week, but when Lacey was found, her hair was so matted you wouldn't be able to even try to brush it. She
If your child is peeing and pooping where they're sitting,
Yep.
something is wrong.
Something's wrong, and you would do something about it. Yeah. There was also feces all over her body and on her face, which was very weird. Her
Yeah, 'cause she didn't move.
Correct. And maggots were crawling all over her. Her parents were not arrested immediately, though. A grand jury took place, and with the evidence, that is when it was decided that they were going to be charged with second-degree murder. And they were arrested 24 hours later and posted bail with a $30,000 bond, and that was on May 4th. So they just got out of jail. They posted bail. So they haven't. There hasn't been a trial.
They're not gone through trial yet.
They haven't gone to trial or anything. They just posted bail on May 4th. So everything that I was reading, that's it. That was super short. But everything I was reading, like people were like, how do you not do anything? So a couple years ago, it was said that her parents actually went to the doctor they made an appointment for Lacey, but they just went. She did not go, and they just asked questions like, how do we fix this with Lacey?
That's not a doctor's appointment. That's a consultation for not even. No, that's not even.
They're just going for advice.
Yeah.
They basically just went for advice, and they're like, hey, like our daughter's not leaving the couch. So, and obviously they didn't do anything. Nothing changed because she did not leave that couch for 12 years.
Oh my gosh.
Let me see if I can pull up a photo.
When was the year that she started on the couch?
I thought I posted it.
Sorry, you probably did.
2007.
2007.
Because she
disappeared in 2007. That was the last time she was seen.
That was the last time she was seen. So, I wanted to show you the photo.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And she was found in 2022 or 2018?
She was found?
Or the mom called the...
That was this year. This is the couch she sat on.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't that awful?
That poor baby.
I know. She was 37. Yep. 37 years old. And then this is let's see. So this is a photo of her.
Oh, she's pretty.
Yeah.
Oh.
When they found her, she was only 96 pounds. And I don't know why they said this or needed to say it, but she tested positive for COVID-19. But isn't that sad?
How did she eat?
I'm guessing her parents would bring her food.
But if she only controlled her eyes.
That's another thing I didn't understand was like
her jaw.
Yeah. I'm wondering
does she not talk? Like if she could eat, then she could talk.
That's what I'm wondering is
unless it's mental too. Well, it is mental.
Is if like that's like normally like you just move your eyes, but like maybe occasionally she would move her mouth. So there's not a whole lot on it right now, but
something needs to be done.
She obviously ate because she lasted 12 years.
Yeah, exactly.
So
yeah, she wouldn't have lasted 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. Isn't that bananas?
Awful. Yeah, that's
I just
wild.
don't understand. Like, the mom worked for a local prosecutor. Like, you know better. You know better. You can't just... I mean, they was considered...
Do they have other kids? Is it just her?
It was just her. Protective child care services said that that's neglect.
Abuse. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So I don't understand. And like the parents, people were asking them like, how did you do this? Like, I mean, obviously they're being shamed.
Yeah.
And their lawyer was like, well, the parents don't want to have to relive this
Oh,
tragedy that happened to them, so they will not be answering
it was
any
your
questions.
choice to live it.
Yeah.
You could have done something about it.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh, I hate these. Ugh.
Isn't that disgusting?
Ugh, that's gross. That's awful.
Yeah. So it was short, but I was like,
You should keep us updated about it if you find out more information.
yeah, I will.
That's not cool, but that's cool that it's going on right now.
Yeah.
It's
So
live.
you can follow it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What
Lacey Fletcher.
Fletcher. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, poor girl.
Yeah.
That's sad.
Yep.
You want to hear some stories about some more dead people?
Yes.
Sorry.
I want to hear
Not to be
about.
insensitive.
I want to hear a story about some spooky ghosts.
Spooky, scary skeleton. Sorry.
Yeah.
Stop it. Halloween's over, Brie. It's never over in my mind.
No.
Only like 6
hold on a
months away.
second. Alice responded to me.
Yep.
Okay. Well, that.
What? What did she say? What was that? What did she say?
I don't know. Podcast? Are you?
Oh.
That's all I heard. So she probably started talking before it like actually started recording.
Do you need to call her?
Yeah, I'm gonna try.
Go for it.
Hello. What? I messaged you. Did you see it? Look at my messages. Love you. Bye. She's so annoying right now. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So I have been seeing that we've been getting a lot of listeners in Ireland. So I wanted to do one there. So I did Lep Castle.
Lep?
Lep, yes. Not
Okay.
Leap. Lep Castle. So Lep Castle is located in Kildare County, Offaly, Ireland, and was built sometime between the 12th and the 15th century. I know that's kind of a gap, but that was the best way I could do it because some sites said 12th, some sites said 13th, some sites said 15th. It was all over the place.
Yeah. That's okay.
So there we go. Somewhere in that area.
Yeah.
But it was built by the O'Bannon clan. So the O'Bannons were under the ruling of the O'Carroll clan.
Bree,
Yes.
before I forget, when we leave the candy, we need to put it up.
Kiss cat.
No, Audrey.
Oh.
Like, put it up there or something because I didn't want to forget.
She will get into
She
it.
will eat all of them. One time, Alice's gummy melatonin, she ate all of them.
Oh my God. Did
I
you
mean-
freak out?
I mean, there was probably like 7 left. There wasn't a whole lot.
God. Did she sleep?
She
good?
slept so good that night. But yeah,
Did you call Kate? Did you freak out?
I told Kate, and I was like, it's like a half a melatonin each. So it's not terrible, but
At least they're like natural. So
I like freaked out. I was like, Alice, go get your melatonin. And she's like, there is none. I was like, where did they all go? She's like, oh, Audrey ate them. And I was like, what are you telling me?
why are you being so like fine
don't
about
under-
this?
she don't understand.
Oh, it's fine.
So sorry.
Audrey just ate. She was hungry. Go eat the melatonin.
Okay. Sorry. I didn't want to forget.
You're good. Oh, yes.
So 13, between the
12th and
12th
15th century, yes. By the O'Bannon clan. The O'Bannons were under the ruling of the O'Carroll clan, which is another group of people. We don't like them.
Sure.
So the current castle is believed to have been built over a previous castle structure, something. We're not really sure. Prior to the site, it was used by druids, which is like a type of religion that use magic. I don't know. It's very old, very long ago.
Yeah.
And they used it for like their initiation ceremonies and for like magic stuff.
Right.
It's believed that the Druids put what they call an elemental there
Mm-hmm.
to protect the site. Some myths say that the elemental is the spirit of an ancient O'Carroll who died in the castle from leprosy, and another theory is that the elemental was placed there by an invading force to burn the castle from the inside out.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Anyways.
Anyways.
Back to the segue. Back to the story. Anyway, so the castle was originally named Liam Bani, meaning leap of the O'Bannons.
Okay.
Now, let's get into that name there.
Yeah.
It's a little bit. So, according to legend, 2 O'Bannon brothers were contesting for leadership of their clan, and the only way to settle it was to show bravery and strength.
Ooh.
To prove this, they were to jump off the rocky outcrop where the castle was built, and their survivor won the position.
I was just gonna ask
jump to your death. Who's gonna win? Whoever lives wins.
If you live, you win.
This is why women live longer than men, people. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, giving it the fitting name Lep Castle. Eventually, the O'Bannons were pledged to the O'Carroll family, who took control of the castle. The O'Carrolls used the castle as a site for battles and many massacres. At one point, the chief of the O'Carroll family died, failing to name the next successor. Once again, brothers fought over for the position. One of them named Thaddeus, and he was a priest, and the other named Tay, who was convinced that he was the rightful heir.
Oh, jeez.
While in the middle of performing a mass, Thaddeus, in the chapel of the castle, he was murdered by his brother Tay.
That doesn't surprise me.
It was a pretty bad one. It was in front of everybody, just shoved a sword right through him.
How could you do that to your brother?
I know. So rude.
So rude.
Now the chapel has got to be renamed. What are we renaming it? Rename
Tay.
it. We're going to call it the Bloody Chapel.
Nuh-uh.
The Bloody Chapel.
Did they really?
Yeah, it was known as the Bloody Chapel. So another tragedy that occurred here was when about 40 members of the McMahon clan from Mahogan, who'd been hired by the O'Carrolls to train them in their new warfare methods. So they hired them to basically help them fight and train them. The O'Carrolls were celebrating that they had won over their rival clan, and so they invited these people to a feast at their castle.
Right.
And unfortunately, the O'Carrolls had poisoned all their food to avoid paying them.
Oh.
Talk about swindling someone out of a cup of coffee.
And it goes around.
Hey. So, yeah, the O'Carrolls are jerks. The O'Carroll clan were jerks.
Sure.
So, in 1659, the castle was passed by marriage into the ownership of the Darby family. During this time, they would often hold seances in the castle, led by the lady of the castle, Mildred Darby.
Oh.
She was actually like a Gothic writer at the time.
I love that.
This place was like pure inspiration for her.
I love it so much.
Yeah, it's fun. It's cool. So, and then I'm sure she got tons of stuff too. She had tons of different like stories from it. In the 1900s, during some renovations of the castle, the workers found an oblette, which is a dungeon, behind a wall in the chapel. At the bottom of the shaft were human skeletons were laying on wooden spikes. When finally cleaned out, it took 3 cartloads, and we're talking horse cartloads, to remove all of the bones and human remains.
That's so gross.
There's so many down there. Like, you had to think
inside of a chapel?
It was hidden in there.
It was a bloody chapel.
Well, it was pretty brutal. It's believed that the O'Carrolls would drop their guests through the trapdoor to be impaled on spikes 8 feet below. In 1922, the Darby family, back to them, In 1922, the Darby family was forced to move out due to the Irish Civil War. And luckily, they moved out because not long after they did, the place was actually burned down in the middle of the war. And the entire
snap.
West Wing was destroyed.
Oh.
So eventually, it was sold to an ancestor of the O'Bannons, Peter Bartlett, in the 70s.
Oh.
What do you want me to do? Exit? Oh. Yeah. So eventually it was sold to a Peter Bartlett in the 70s, and he restored the ruined castle, making it pretty good again.
Mm-hmm.
And in 1989, he died, and the castle was then purchased by a Sean and Anne Ryan, who still live there now.
Really?
So that's a little, that's a little history there.
How do you live in a castle?
I don't know if they actually live there. I think they do, though. I'm pretty sure they actually do live there.
It's such a... I mean, castles can be small, too. But...
Oh, it's big. Like, it looks pretty big. But then again, like, there's, like, little tiny quarters of it that looks... Yeah, I don't know. So... Since there's been all these deaths and massacres there, like, I can't, like, pin, and it's so long ago, like, I can't pinpoint each individual death that's happened there, and no one even knows for sure.
Right. Well, they didn't discover those bodies until much later.
Yeah, in, like, the 20s. So, like, just know a lot of shit went down here, guys. So, we're going to talk about the elemental spirit. It is said to have a decomposing face and comes with a rotting smell.
Ew.
It is one of the most terrifying spirits here, but luckily it only comes when it's provoked.
So don't provoke it.
Hold on a second. Okay. Yes. Do not provoke it. That would not be a smart move on that person's part.
Yeah. How do you provoke it if you don't know what to do?
Just like call it. Bring a Ouija board there.
Oh, I see it. Yeah.
Not that I'm encouraging anything.
Like, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you.
Come at me, bro.
Come at me, bro.
Just bring Zach Bagans there.
I don't have the decomposing face.
My face is beautiful.
My face is full.
Okay, I think he is good looking. Anyway, sorry. So another spirit that's been there is the priest, who has been seen on many occasions in the Bloody Chapel. He has also been seen lurking in the stairway below and also leaving the chapel.
Wow.
Emily and Charlotte, who are two young girls believed to have lived and died here in the 1600s. Emily died at the age of 11 from falling from the castle's battlements, and Charlotte's death is unclear. I couldn't find anything out about her.
Mm-hmm.
These two spirits are often spotted playing in the main hall. Emily has been seen falling and then disappearing before she hits the ground, which would freak anyone out.
Right.
And Charlotte has been seen dragging her deformed leg. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. Yep.
I'm picturing so many different things.
Yes, right? Yeah. So much stuff in your head. So the next one we're going to go over is the murdered woman. Super original.
Yeah, sounds about right.
She was murdered. That's all I know. It's believed that she was chased, then stabbed by an O'Carroll brother. Those darn O'Carrolls at it again.
Carolls.
This woman is usually seen looking terrified with little clothing. Then she screams twice before disappearing. Ah! And then gone. You see me naked! According to Mildred Darby, she wrote in one of her books, she wrote, "One night I was sitting talking with my governess. I got up, said goodnight, and opened the door, which was on the top of the back staircase. As I did so, I heard someone, a woman, come slowly upstairs, walk past us to a window at the end of the landing, and then with a shriek fall heavily.
Oh my gosh.
As she passed, it was bitterly cold, and I drew back into the room. but did not say anything as it might have frightened my governess.
Oh.
Let's not scare off the help.
Right.
So that's the murder lady.
Well,
The murdered woman. Sorry, excuse me. Now we're going to talk about the red lady.
Oh, yay.
So she was suspected to have been a long-term prisoner of the O'Carrolls who endured terrible abuse, including rape. She became pregnant after one of the encounters, and the O'Carrolls wouldn't allow the child to live, so they murdered the baby.
Oh, my gosh.
She then took her own life, of course. Why, that's
Sounds
awful.
about right. Yeah.
When seen, she has been described as a very tall woman clothed in a red dress. She has been seen carrying a dagger, raising it in a menacing manner.
Oh.
That's terrifying. Thought to be... it sounds like from the way they describe it, it's thought to be... They say it's thought to be like her, like, killing herself. So, like, maybe at herself.
Yeah.
And when she is spotted, it's common for the room to just go completely cold. So.
Oh, my gosh.
God, my leg is falling asleep. Okay. So in the Omelette, first of all, the name Omelette comes from French, and it means to forget. Literally meaning to forget. Keep that in mind.
Okay.
The original use for the room is suspected to have been for, like, storing valuables.
Sure.
They were also used as a place to hide in the event of a siege. But the O'Carrolls, however, had a different purpose for it.
Oh, those O'Carrolls.
Darn O'Carrolls at it again. Those neighbors. They used it as a chamber for some terrible things. And they modified it to serve as a small dungeon where prisoners were thrown in, dead or dying. The entrance to the chamber is a narrow hole like a trap, like a trap door. And it is said that the O'Carrolls threw someone in there while it was a dungeon and just forgot about them. Again, the word omelette meaning to forget. Literally just forgot about someone. The current owner talks about a man who seems to live in there and wanders the castle at night.
Wow.
And I guess he's seen pretty often.
Yeah.
So since the fire in 1922, the priest's house was burnt down, leaving only the walls. But still, to this day, shadowy forms are seen wandering the empty building. The governess and the old man are two spirits, not sure on their story.
Right.
But they're often seen with the two little girls, Charlotte and Emily, in the main hall. Visitors have reported being touched or having someone brush past them. The governess is described as a proud woman in Victorian attire, and the old man has been seen in a green cutaway coat.
Oh.
Knee breeches and bright shoe buckles, holding a leather bag in his hand.
Aww.
What a lovely looking couple sounds like.
What a nice little couple.
Cheery old chaps. People passing the castle at night have reported seeing bright light streaming out of the upper windows.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, even like they don't have electricity. So like,
where's it coming from?
Yeah. And even the neighbors have called the Ryans to let them know, and there's nothing that's going on.
What's with the neighbors?
What's with the neighbors? Strange smells of rubber, which is something that I found. Other findings include EVPs. Obviously, tons of EVPs there. One of them apparently said elemental, which was
to
coincidence.
Be forgotten.
I don't know, maybe. Footsteps,
weird.
Shadow figures, being touched by unseen forces, apparitions, unexplained noises, knocking, taps, disembodied voices and screams, moaning and weeping at night, and lights seen from afar.
Moaning and weeping at night.
That's so sad. I know. Think of all the people that died there.
Yeah.
As of today, the castle is still owned by the Ryans, who in fact confirm that there is paranormal activity here.
Sure.
You can schedule to go on private tours and learn about its brutal history and perhaps bump into a new friend.
Oh, yeah, that would be nice.
It has been investigated by numerous paranormal groups, including Ghost Adventures, and is one of the most haunted houses or haunted castles in the world.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yep. That's what every time I looked for
You
it says one of the
left
most
that for
haunted
the
castles.
end?
I know. I wanted you guys to wait for that part. So, yeah. Watching Ghost Adventures was a really cool episode. Whenever they went to it, I didn't get a lot of good information, but whenever they went to it, they did like 3 places at once and they all split. And they went to Lep Castle, and like whenever it just dawned on me that they said that the governess and the old man, not the governess and the old man, that people have reported like someone brushing by them, like going through the main hall.
Yeah.
One of the guys who was in there like immediately felt like 2 taps on his shoulder, and he said like it felt like fingers.
Ew.
And it was that just dawned on me, like, oh, that's probably what that was. Like, someone was probably going by him, like, can you move out of the way? I'm trying to get by you. I live here.
Yeah. Excuse me, you're not moving fast enough.
You don't live
Get
here.
out of my way.
One of the guys went inside the obulette with all the lights off, and then, like, he's in there, and all the lights are off, and then, like, he heard because it was all covered in, like, twigs. I don't know why, because I guess no one goes down there anymore, and they just probably put it down there. And whenever he went down there, it was kind of like you can hear the crunch of it.
Yeah.
And he was down there, and then you hear like another crunch. Like someone else jumped down the trap door and went in there. He was like, wow, it sounds like someone else just came in here with me. It was wild. Ew. And then he was doing an EVP, and you hear someone screaming in the background too. Like very clear screaming.
No.
Yeah, it was cool. It was. There's a lot of very old places there that are super haunted, like and like tons of like satanic rituals and like different places around there. It's so freaky. It's cool. It was a good episode.
That's like the guy that was jumping down into the trap door. The ghost was probably like, what are you doing down there? I want to come.
Hey,
I haven't been down there in a while. What's up?
What's up? I got a friend now. Nobody ever comes down here with me.
I always have to come down myself. It's so much fun down here. It's cold and weird, huh? Yeah, that's right. It's my favorite place to be. That's cute.
So thank you. Shout out to Ireland. Thank you for supporting and listening to us.
Yeah.
Poosh.
Thank you so much.
I don't know how to talk in an Irish accent, and I won't because I don't want to make anyone mad.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Oh, laddie.
Nope.
Stop. Okay, get my lucky charms. Sorry, stop.
I talk about, like, I am mostly Scandinavian and Finnish. Well, my grandpa, supposedly, he did Ancestry.com or whatever, and he is mostly Irish, but I guess I just didn't get a lot of that in my DNA. But bless him, my cousin took it upon himself to have O. Martin tattooed on his back, and then inside his lip he had tattooed, I want to say it's a shamrock, but I'm not entirely sure. Like the inside of his lip.
Oh my God.
And I was like, how do you know that you have that much Irish in you? But
I don't think we have a lot of Irish. I think we have a lot of German.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, we're pretty mean.
Sounds about right.
Not that Germans are mean. Sorry.
No.
Take that out.
I
feel like
Do you want me to tell you a neighborhood story?
Yeah, I want to hear a neighborhood story. You bet your bottom dollar I do.
Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow. So this is from next door, and it's titled Dogs Pooping. Dog owners, take responsibility and pick up your dog poop from other people's yard. If you want, you can fill your yard with your dog's poop. We don't mind. If your dog knows what you're doing, if your dog knows what you are doing is not right, then your dog will hate you.
I care so much what my dog thinks about me. That was a good argument. Oh no, my dog will hate me.
Oh no! My dog knows I'm not doing the right thing.
My dog saw me sneaking an Oreo last night, and they're just like, shame on you.
Wow, yeah.
Shame. And then now I don't sneak Oreos.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to always feel like my dogs were judging me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just can't stand the judgment.
No.
God.
Now my cat judges me now.
Your cat definitely judges you.
Yeah. Yesterday he was on his little hammock thing, and I kept blowing on him, and he was getting so mad. Like his eyebrows were literally like this. And he was like squinting at me, like, knock it off. And like he would go to lick himself, and I would like, and he'd be like keep looking at me.
Stop it, Mom.
Yeah, he was getting so irritated.
We're so hard on that.
So we're gonna get
you know where to find us. All the platforms, iTunes, Spotify. I don't know why I'm saying it like that.
on the platforms.
You know, the same thing that we go through every single time. Just
I wish
like
we could
for
just like
us, we're
record
everywhere.
it, but
It wouldn't be as fun that
no, it
way.
wouldn't.
We're in such a good thing with this.
We're doing great.
Also, follow us and like us on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, and that's at WWTN Podcast. We also have a Facebook group, which we're super active in. We love talking to everybody and interacting. We actually had some people join in on our paint night from it.
Yeah.
So be sure to check out that. And our website is what'swiththeneighbors.com.
And on there, you can find a link to everything that she just mentioned, along with a link to our merchandise, which we have magnets and shirts. And why are you laughing?
Keep on going. I'm sorry.
Okay. Along with a link to our Patreon, which is patreon.com/WWTN podcast. If you want to be on the donor bus, $3 a month.
Were you waiting for me to choo-choo?
Yeah.
No.
$3 a month, you get exclusive.
Sorry. I'm
What?
sorry.
What's happening?
Nothing is happening. I'm sorry, go ahead.
$3 a month, you get exclusive content, and for $5 a month, you get exclusive content and our episodes unedited. Feel free to slide into our DMs with any questions, comments, stories, suggestions, and your own personal paranormal or true crime stories. And they don't have to be personal. Like, if you know about it, tell us about it.
Oh, and if you want to see our paint night, how it went, it's going to be on Patreon at some point.
It's going to be on Patreon. And you can also follow along.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
do it yourself.
No way they can.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys get to paint Sassy Squash.
Yeah. If you're on
That's
on
just
Patreon.
$3.
Yeah,
guys.
Yeah. So feel free to slide into our DMs with any questions, comments. Oh, I already said that. We strive once a month to have listener stories. So that is wwtnpodcast@gmail.com. And have you checked in on the neighbors?
I don't know, but I need to. What's with the neighbors?
You're stressing me out.
Rude,
Amy, out. What is going on with you?
I don't know.
You got the case of the giggles?
Got the case of the giggles.
Okay.
I always have a case of the giggles.
As long as it's not something terrible.
I don't even know why I started laughing at first.